I noticed that the gap between the Naira, the value of the Naira, in the parallel and the official market is growing again. As at yesterday, it's about 96 Naira. Should we be worried?
Yes. No, I don't think it will. The point is that the central bank has multiple instruments for managing, one, money supply, two, price expectation, inflation expectations, and also regulating the banking system to say that it's safe and sound. Those are the core. That's the core mandate of the central bank. So when you want to determine whether a currency is a fair value, you have to look at the various ways of computing or addressing an exchange rate. When you look at it, the difference between all of these rates, because there's the official rate, there's the IATA exchange rate for buying tickets, there's the parallel market rate for cash, and then there's parallel market rate for transfers. And then there's the purchasing power parity price or value of the Naira. All of these things are within a band of about not more than 2 or 3%. So 10% of is usually the at which point you begin to panic if there's a distortion of 10%. At 1400, 10% is about 140. The difference you see today between the PPP value, the official rate, is much lower than that. If you take the difference between the parallel market on cash in the market and transfers by the central bank, you'll find that it's about 95, 90 Naira. It is still below, it's about 6%. Under normal circumstances, you don't panic if the difference between those two are not in excess, are lower than 10%. So what do we see? We think that the central bank will, over time, they're watching interest rates, they're watching money supply aggregates, they're watching high-powered money and transmission effect. Over time, the central bank we suspect the central bank will begin to bring, will manage those rates and ensure that there's no opportunity for arbitrage. But definitely, we think that the official rate at current levels may need to may need some adjustment. But that the people that work on that in central bank are very clear. They have all the data, and if you want foreign exchange today in the parallel market, you get as much as you want. If you want foreign exchange today in the official market to open an LC, you get as much as you want. And there are no shortages of foreign exchange. We're talking about petrol queues. There are no queues today as far as foreign exchange is concerned. Therefore, the fear that foreign exchange will not be available where you want it, that the exchange rate is going to depreciate sharply like it did 2 years ago, that is far-fetched again. And that the currency itself, I want you to bear one thing in mind, that the dollar itself has been falling against other currencies because of the tariff wars and all other things that you're seeing in the, in the global market. We believe that there's a time when you have dollar appreciation or dollar depreciation and Naira appreciation. If it happens at the same time, you'll find that there's no need to panic. But let us look at the Naira versus the pound. The Naira versus the pound went as low. The Naira depreciated to about 2,100 Naira to the pound. It's now at about 1989. Therefore, against other currencies, you'll find that the Naira has been relatively stable. Against the dollar, there's been some volatility because of various things that are happening and the relationship between the price of gold and the value of the dollar. So there's no need to panic. The Naira is not going to fall off the cliff. The Naira has been stable and has been appreciated.